Did you have the money from last night, or did you give it to me?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Hang on to it.
I'm gonna spend it on.
Is it? We just look at the club tonight, and you're just like,
Yeah.
best night ever.
so.
It's like, yeah, John's doing really well financially.
Can I
Yeah?
just bring it a little closer, guys? Sorry, this camera's not too good. Right. Sweet.
What's up? Put it in my fungus arm. That's good.
It's not a fungus. It's a bacterial infection.
Yeah, I guess so. It sucks.
Could be fungal.
It could be. No one knows.
No one knows.
So, right, sorry if this gets a bit tedious, like, it's my first interview, so I'm just gonna ask you, like, some general questions, like I've been a
Did you
fan
take a
of-
picture of your pants?
No, I was going to
You don't think the flash is on when we look over?
Yeah,
You
I
put
didn't
it
mean to
down?
see the flash on, it was just on.
yeah, so like I've been a fan of your music, not for too long now. Like I think the first song I heard from you was from your Heart Flip album.
Okay.
But I just found it on, I don't know if you know guys on the group on Facebook, the Defend Pop Punk group.
Oh.
So you guys get a lot of, quite a few posts in there. And I was just going through one day and I saw the album cover and I thought, oh, this is cool, it's probably something I'm gonna like. I really liked it. And then, yeah, and then like I listened to it and then like the next day I came home and my wife Julie was listening to the Sleepwalking cover. And I thought it was really cool. So I was just gonna ask, like, how did you find going between like playing a full band to go into acoustic stuff? Did you
Let me jump in before that. The Defend Pop Punk group. We both joined that super early on when they did it.
And 200 people when we were in it?
Yeah, it was like just a couple hundred people when we were in it. We started because we were playing pop punk at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of cool. Like we're big Man Overboard fans.
Yeah, oh, nice.
And they're the ones who started that group.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They're like
Oh,
guitarists
nice.
started that.
They're
group.
I did not know that. Like I know
Yeah.
they have the logo with the like Defend Pop Punk, which is the
The
same one.
guitarist actually started the group so that like fans could just come in and talk about music and stuff. Which
Oh, wow.
we thought was cool, so we jumped in there. And
It got too crazy.
well, the funny part was that there was this guy in there, like a young kid, like
Yeah.
a teenager, who leaked the Man Overboard record in that group.
Oh,
And like the guitarist just like replies to him like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like we made this group so you guys could like talk about music, not so you
Yeah.
could leak our fucking record. You know?
So the guy didn't know, obviously.
He had no idea and he just like looked like an idiot. But so like recently I got out of that group just because there was so much noise after a while.
Yeah.
It just came to self-promoting after a while.
Yeah, it's just
when it
like-
started, it was rad. You would just be like, hey, what do you think of this new song? And
Yeah.
everyone would just,
Kind of talk about
yeah,
it.
you talk about it, just view opinions. And be
Share
like,
new bands or whatever. But
Yeah.
I saw a tweet recently. Somebody screen capped a conversation in the Defend Pop Punk
Yeah.
group, and it said, do you remember what I'm talking about? It said like, I don't get the hype behind this wildlife. Like, why the hell are they on the Pierce the Veil tour? This band is so boring. And like, so somebody wrote that in there, and then like it said there was like 100 comments or whatever. So I was like, I have to read these comments. Like it's gonna be too funny. Like I can't pass up on it. And it's kind of weird because a few years ago, I would like have to read every comment about us online, and I would just like obsess over it, like because I wanted to know what people thought. And when people would have negative criticism, I would get so bummed.
Yeah,
But like these days, I'm a little more like lighthearted about it. I think he kind of talked me in the right direction. I used to take it to heart, and now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. But I went in there to read the comments because I thought, oh, this is gonna be like comedic gold.
Yeah.
And I was actually bummed because like people were defending us.
Yeah.
Not defending pop punk, defending acoustic punk.
Right.
And it cracked me out. There's a few people that were like, yeah, they're boring, but it was pretty funny.
Man, like
how can you not be boring?
God, I love your music.
No, we're absolutely boring. How could we
I've
change
never listened
that?
to our record front to back, so I just fall asleep
No.
on track 7.
I've never listened to City in Color like, this is the most exciting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Fall asleep
You're just sitting
driving.
there like, oh, this is great. He asked us a question. Do you
So
know?
the transition from pop punk to acoustic, we didn't see it coming. It was kind of just like a natural progression of the band.
Yeah, we haven't planned it at all.
He kind of had an idea of pushing more for acoustic stuff about a year ahead of time than I did.
okay.
But like Heart Flip, that release was half pop punk, half acoustic.
Yeah. Like it's my favorite song on that is "Waste of Time."
Yeah.
Waste of time, like waste of mind, waste
Waste
of
of
time.
Time, yeah.
Sorry, I've not listened to that album much since I heard your acoustic stuff. I kind of preferred it. So
That's how most people felt.
Yeah.
That kind of was steering, I think, us in a little bit of that direction.
Yeah, people were getting a better response to the acoustic stuff. We thought it was a little more special.
It is.
There's something about it that just the song spoke a little more.
It seemed like no one was doing it at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. It's quite
Pop punk
different.
was-
There was kind of a void of an acoustic like artist or band playing in the scene that we're in. And obviously, there's plenty of like singer-songwriters, but we're not like a Damien Rice kind of
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
We're a band, you know.
It's like pop punk, but acoustic.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't really get that too much. I mean, you get like more acoustic emo bands like Dashboard Professional,
Yeah.
like bands like that. But for pop punk, it's not so normal. And I think that's really cool that you guys kind of went from being in a full band to doing an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
I think it paid off for you, right? Like, I mean,
Totally.
Yeah.
We were like a little worried at first. Like we knew we had fans of the acoustic
Yeah.
stuff, but we'd been a pop punk band for what, a few years, two or 3 years.
3.
And it's like, okay, then one day we just decided, hey, we're just going to be acoustic, and like we kind of announced that online. He said, hey, we're going to go into the studio and make a full-length acoustic record.
Nice.
And we figured, you know, we've been a pop punk band for a few years. We're going to get some backlash
Yeah,
from
yeah.
this, obviously. And you'd be amazed at how
Like
like
two
little
people.
backlash
Yeah.
there was. Every once in a while, it's like people will still come to a show and be like, oh, I really wish you guys would play Trash Talk or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of our old songs. And we're like, yeah, you know. But for being a band as long as we were,
I think
very little.
that showed that
very
it was the
little
right decision and
Yeah.
nobody cared at all.
Yeah.
this is one of the questions I was going to ask, is sometimes you find like when a band kind of changes their style, a lot of the fans can be quite like nasty about it, and you can get like, but you guys didn't get that at
I
all.
think most
Not very
people
much
even
at all.
found our band, found us because of an acoustic song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
And then
what
they
did
heard the pop punk
that's what
stuff.
did so well, yeah. And then they're like, oh, their pop punk stuff's cool. But yeah, if you're finding us through an acoustic song, I think it's just like different.
That's
Yeah.
what it was for me. I found your music through If It Means a Lot to You.
Yeah.
The cover for These Around.
Yeah, we were playing
That's-
mostly all pop punk when that cover was out.
Oh yeah, so you still
We were only playing pop punk
We
shows.
didn't have a single acoustic
We
song.
didn't have an acoustic
Oh,
song
wow.
when that song was out.
Yeah, I read it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was just like fell in love like straight away, and then from that it was Sleepwalking, and then the whole
Yeah.
Got It album was.
That first Did I Remember cover was kind of like the one where that's the first time Anthony played guitar on anything we had done.
Okay.
I drum on.
because
I drum in the band.
he was
Oh, yeah?
the drummer initially.
I sorry, I always assumed that you were the guitarist before.
No, I drummed. Yeah, I drummed in all the pop punk stuff.
But like
Oh,
we
nice.
kind of just saw that there was like a cool dynamic between like we're both drummers our whole lives. This is the
Oh,
first
yeah?
time either of us have played anything that shocked me out of it.
Dude, it was in Fantastic
Sorry.
Four Silver Surfer. He wanted me to put big thing in
Yep.
there you go.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Remember, they were like the stretchy man was like trying to grab it, so it was
Mr.
falling over.
Fantastic. Yeah, Reed Richards.
You know a lot more about it than I do, man. I just saw the movie.
Have
So-
you, sorry,
sorry,
have
no.
you guys ever thought about going to South America? Is that-
That'd be awesome.
I'd
Yeah.
love to play Brazil. I think like
Somehow we have a lot of fans out
We
there.
have a lot of
so-
fans.
Yeah, I was
there.
gonna say I'm from Brazil. You guys have like a lot of fans in Rio at least.
Yeah, we get
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
We get it a lot, and it's just like we don't really choose where we're going. If it was up to us,
Yeah.
we would literally play it.
If there's an opportunity for us to go there,
We
we're
would
going
just say
there.
yes.
Same thing with like Indonesia. We have a big fan base there, and we've never played there.
There's
so
just smarter people looking towards than me and Kevin, so
yeah,
kind of just go on their investment.
we're not going to just book flights and show up.
Hey, we're here.
Do you book all your shows yourself?
Nah.
No, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we used to, but
Yeah, that's because that it gets even more tiring when you have to do everything.
It's
like-
confusing.
yeah.
It's hard. Very hard.
How did you find playing the Warped Tour? Because I know a lot of the bands there, it's like full bands and they can be quite heavy. How was the crowd at the Warped Tour?
we have to think we've kind of come up in playing acoustic music, but in that kind of scene. You
Yeah.
know, with the bands that we've covered and the bands that we've toured with, the people that know about us aren't necessarily like acoustic music fans.
Yeah.
They're music fans, but they probably listen to more.
We get a lot of people that say they don't listen to acoustic.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
We're kind of
Especially
like.
heavier kids. Kids
Yeah,
wearing
like
Cannibal
hardcore.
Corpse shirts.
Yeah, oh wow.
Say,
I thought you meant like heavier kids. I was like, what are you talking about?
no, I was like a kid that had like an impending doom hat, like, hat on. It's just like I don't listen to
You
acoustic,
would
but I love
crack up
it.
looking at our crowds on Warped because there was like, you know, girls wearing all-time low shirts, like young girls, and then there'd be like dudes in their 20s wearing
face
like
tattoos.
yeah,
and
like
just like singing along.
tough-looking dudes, and then like parents, like older people, like
Oh, nice.
it's really been like a strange thing seeing it, and we're no longer surprised by the type of person that shows up to this wildlife show.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's great because like to us, we're like, dude, everybody's welcome to come check out
No,
music.
that's
So
cool.
it's a positive thing, and you would crack up seeing how like
Yeah.
how diverse our crowd is. It's like go into the line in the DMV or something, and just like a total melting pot of just like, why are all these people in the same place?
Line at the DMV is our crowd.
It's just like, how did all of these people congregate?
That's cool. That's cool.
So yeah, we stuck out for sure. We were the only acoustic band on our stage.
Yeah.
But our stage wasn't incredibly heavy.
Yeah, our stage wasn't that heavy.
There's like the main, Saves the Day, the Ready set,
Oh, nice.
Choose What We Aim For.
We had a better response than I thought we would have. That
For sure.
perfectly honest.
Yeah.
We were super. When we got the offer, we were just like, "This is awesome. This is terrifying."
Yeah.
We never really toured
We
the
got offered a
States too
big
much.
stage. We'd never been on work before. And like, yeah, when we saw the lineup, we're like, oh, okay, we're just playing the same stage as the main and Saves the Day and Amberlin. You know, we're like, okay, this is gonna be a fucking joke. You know, like when 1,000 people show up to see Amberlin and then 10 people.
1,000 people leave.
Yeah, and then 10 people pull up to
But
see
no,
us.
it was better. It was way better than we
Yeah,
thought
they're
every
quite a
day.
big crowd, right? Like the videos that I've seen,
Yeah.
you've had a fairly decent sized crowd,
yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah, it was,
We were waiting for those shows that's just like 50 people and it didn't happen.
Yeah,
They were all way better than we thought. So
Yeah, like you guys, like the first reason I heard you guys is because of this Defend Pop Punk group, and I think like stuff does escalate in there quite quickly. Like Handguns, you know,
Yeah.
Handguns, they got
Yeah.
pretty big from that group.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
they're
they're great
doing all these tours, and I think social media now is just so good to promote bands, and like it's a lot of people just.
the social media is crazy. We're here. I mean, we were here last year without a label or anything, just from purely just social media and YouTube. Like, that's why we were so shocked when we come here and people know who we are. It's just like, how the hell do you know who we are? It's just like internet. It's like, God, it's fucking crazy.
Nah, it's cool. Like you guys do really well. Like your music is very mellow. I would listen to it and all the time. It's kind of shows me how a bit.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Everyone sleeps to it. Don't listen to us while driving.
Sync music.
We should have a warning sticker on our next CD. Don't listen to it while driving.
You'll fall asleep.
You'll fall asleep.
So I'll wrap it up quite quickly. Can I just ask one more question? Quite generic one. Who are your influences?
I think like the big one that we found that we both wanted to kind of play acoustic guitar was Dashboard Professional.
Yeah.
We both grew up in like opposite ends of the country. He grew up in the East Coast and I grew up in Long Beach.
Okay.
And he's a year older than me, but we totally listened to the same bands growing up. Like we went
to the same
tours. Yeah,
Yes.
like we'd be like,
Different
oh,
sides of the country.
I went to it here and you went to it there. But the big one that made us really like get into acoustic music when we were younger was Dashboard Professional. And then kind of later we started listening to City and Color. But we don't
I don't listen to that much
listen
acoustic.
to much acoustic music. Yeah.
What do you?
I listened to a lot growing up. Like my parents listened to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young or Neil Young. So like
Okay.
I finger picked purely because my mom wanted me to learn a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song.
Yeah.
So I started finger picking and I hated the feel of a pick. So now I basically finger pick everything just because
Nice.
that's how I grew up.
I got an acoustic guitar because
You want to
my
learn Dashboard, right?
my first girlfriend bought it for me because she wanted me to learn Screaming Infidelities by Dashboard
Yeah, yeah.
Professional. So like my payment for the guitar was playing that song for her.
Nice.
And I remember I was so nervous to sing it for her that I had
Shut the lights off or
I
something?
shut all the lights off and I played it like my house, our garage, we didn't have a garage, it was turned into like a band room. So it was just like
Sweet.
all the carpet was all over the windows and stuff. So it was like just absolutely pitch black. And I think I massacred it because I couldn't see what I was doing.
Yeah.
But that's the big one. It's just kind of funny. We don't really listen to much acoustic music.
What are you listening to? Like now, what would you be listening to?
New Volume CD, No Sleep, is like the best CD in the
Yeah,
I
world.
don't know.
Volumes. Listen to
Like a gent, like kind of metalcore.
Yeah.
Okay.
We listen to a lot of heavy music.
Like Moss, The Flames,
Yeah.
and some of them all.
Ghost Inside.
Oh yeah, I know this.
Ghost Inside.
Every Time I Die, a new record.
Every Time I Die, New Record's awesome.
Sure.
We just listen to all heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's like there's quite heavy music, and then you
Yeah.
guys play like the most mellow.
Well, what's funny is what I noticed on Warped Tour was when we tour, we listen to heavy music, and when we talk to heavier bands, they'll be like, "Oh, I like you guys," and we're always just like so surprised, like,
Yeah,
"Man, you're in such a heavy band, you listen to us," and they're like, "Yeah, when we tour, all we listen to is soft music."
yeah.
Because they just hear it every day, so, and
You-
we're like the
you
opposite.
play-
We get in our car and we just put on heavy music.
And
We
it
don't want
makes
to listen to
sense,
soft
though,
music.
doesn't
We
it?
play it all the time.
If you're on a tour and it's a 5-band bill and every band's playing breakdown, breakdown,
Yeah,
breakdown,
yeah.
breakdown,
You don't want to get in your
you don't
car
want to get in your car and
breakdown.
turn on fucking breakdown. You want to
You don't
change the
want
pace.
that.
It's
Yeah.
quite opposites.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
it's
funny how that
cool,
works
yeah.
out.
That seeing some of the bands that would watch our set on Warped would be like, what the fuck is he doing here watching us, you know? But like I said, we're getting less and less surprised by that kind of stuff as time goes on.
No, it's really cool because it is quite surprising that you do listen to heavy music when you're so chill. But I mean, it's not it's not weird. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Takes people by surprise.
I guess
Yeah.
it's counterintuitive.
yeah. Just kind of
Fuck
think
is
like
that word? Is that a word?
Yeah, that's my
Counter